Hello, my friends, and welcome to this part of our writing course into which we are going to discuss punctuation marks, go through them one by one, and know how to use them in order to make our pieces of writing, whether they are paragraphs, essays, articles, or any other type of pieces of writing, professional. As you see here, my friends, I have divided this course into two parts. The first part starts from the period till the quotation marks, while the second part is going to start from the braces and ends at the double dagger. Actually, my friends, the idea of this course came from, let's say, well, my friends, to tell the truth, my friends, the idea of this course came from an article I have read about 3 or 4 months ago in one of the famous periodics that is interested in English literature, and highlighted that more than 90% of English learners, whether those who are learning English for academic reasons, for example, to take the IELTS, the TOEFL, the PTE, or the proficiency exams of the universities, or those who want to prepare their thesis in master degree or PhD, or even publish some articles, or they are even interested in English literature, or those who are learning English to develop their writing skills. More than 90% of them, my friends, couldn't recognize how to use most of the common punctuation marks, like the question mark, like the exclamation point, the dash, and some of them didn't know even what the semicolon is. In this course, my friends, we are going to have classes, separated and independent ones. In each class, we are going to take one of these punctuation marks in isolation, study it, dissect it into depth, and know when to use it and when not to use it, and the most common mistakes some students have been making in the IELTS, PTE, TOEFL, and proficiency exams, or those who are publishing their articles in the most famous periodics in the world. Now, my friends, which one of these punctuation mark we are going to talk about today? I will give you the choice to choose. Well, correct. We are going to talk about this one. Now, my friends, let's start talk about it and dissect it into depth. Now, my friends, let's start talking about the colon quickly. The colon, my friends, again, were discussed in the class talking about compound sentences and how to join two independent clauses into one compound sentence. We said we have the coordinators, the fanboys, then we said that we have the conjunctive adverbials, and then we said that we have the semicolon. Then we talked about the colon and the dash, which are used interchangeably. And talking about colon, I would like to give you a, let's say, nice metaphor. Think of it, I mean the colon, think of it as a signpost that tells the reader, hey, what comes next is related to what I just said. And here, my friends, we used it, the colon, in order to show the reader that what is going to come after this colon is closely related to what I have just written or said. And here, my friends, we have those uses, 4 uses. The first one is to introduce a list, an example or an explanation, just like the EM dash as we talked here before. And as we said, my friends, in the class discussing the compound sentences, the second use, my friends, for the colon is to introduce a quotation. Let's take this example. A philosopher once said, I use the colon then, love is the power of soul. Again, my friends, I would like to remind you of quotation marks. Those are the American ones. You can use the British ones. But in case you used the British ones, you would have to put the period out of the quotation marks. In here, my friends, to tell the time, let's meet at 3:15 p.m. and this in here, we separate the hours from the minutes using the colon. And finally, my friends, we use the colon in ratios and proportions. Consider these examples, my friends. The ratio of men to women in the study was 3:1. It means each four people surveyed contained 3 men and 1 woman. In here, mix the paint in 5:2 ratio of blue to white. In here means every 5 liters, let's say 5 kilograms of blue paint needs 2 kilograms or 2 liters from the white one to get the desirable color. And finally, my friends, I would like to mention quickly how and why I should use the colon. I use the colon, my friends. In brief, colon sets something up for the reader, whether it is a list, explanation, example, quote, or the time, and it creates a connection between what comes before it and what comes after it in terms of information and other things. Well, that's it for today. My friends, I hope that you have enjoyed watching this video and learned how to use the punctuation mark we explained today. And I hope, my friends, that in the future you are going to be capable of using this punctuation mark correctly and precisely and accurately in the pieces of writing you are going to go through in the future. Again, my friends, allow me before I finish this class to remind you of the importance of punctuation marks course for all English learners, whether those who are preparing for their TOEFL, IELTS, PTE, or proficiency exams, or those who are writing their thesis, articles for PhD and master degree. And also, my friends, for those who are looking for a good job and to improve their careers, which are related to writing. For us, my friends, the English people, punctuation marks are very important, so be careful while using them. So, my friends, if you haven't understood one of the points or one of the uses of the punctuation mark we have talked about today, please try to play this video again and try to play some Kahoot games which are going to be related to the same punctuation mark. Again, my friends, study harder to get better. Thank you and see you in the next class. Goodbye.